pragmatic and stoic, with these relationships, because you can't fool me. You can't lie to me. Like, because if your lips are moving, you're lying. And when you tell me that you're doing this with your girlfriend on a Saturday who's from out of town, when you're really going out with this guy Patrick that I just saw you text messaging, it's like, how can I take anything seriously? You can't start the dating ritual and think that it's serious. You just really can't. So I'm just telling you, these are my opinions, but like, I guarantee you, it's like the next girl I go out with, it's like, I mean, I'm just like, I'm trying to spy on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out just how deceptive all these people are in the dating pools really are. So I'm just saying, I told a coworker, I was like, it's very hard to find somebody who's transparent. And she's like, yeah, but that go both ways. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm pretty fucking transparent. It's not me who's not transparent. It's these bitches that are fucking running games with 300 people in their city.
Hmm.
Anyways, my name is John, and like, if you are a prostitute and you have Johns, or you're an escort and you have Johns, like, I think it's kind of funny that my name is John, and it's like, I come off the basis, like, if you say you're a real conservative girl, but you're on Hinge and Bumble, and you're talking to 500 people or 3,000 people, like, just how conservative are you really? You're not conservative. You're a sexual opportunist. You're looking for free meals, and you're looking for somebody with a lot of money that you can possibly bilk.
She might be looking for free meals.
Huh?
I said she might be looking for free meals. I don't think she's a prostitute or conservative. I mean, or less of a conservative.
I'm not saying she's a prostitute, and I'm not even saying she's conservative, because I don't think that that's what she is. I think she's, just, she doesn't want to, like, say, okay, I'd like to be in a relationship with you, because it's more beneficial for her to be in 30 open relationships and pick and choose when and how she wants and have no obligation. But my point is, like, to me, it's like, I like her, so when I don't get communication reciprocation, it's a huge red flag. It's like, okay, I can't be emotionally invested in this person. They don't even communicate. So take care and God bless. Bye bye. I will enjoy my life without you.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I hate when people can't communicate. Is she younger?
Yeah, she's like 10 years younger.
Yeah, it's usually like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's my thing, is like, I didn't want to continue to delude myself thinking that I might have a real relationship when I know it was just a one night fling, you know?
Get off of these apps, dumbass.
I'm not subscribed. I'm not paying for it. I'm not communicating with anybody on them, because it is very time consuming, and it's a huge dopamine feedback
It's
loop.
like a job.
It is. It's like finding a job to find a fucking girlfriend. It's fucking ridiculous. And honestly, I think I'm finished with that at 41. Like, I'm not going to keep playing these same games over and repeat these patterns over and over. I'm done with it. It's just, it's you, because that definition of repeating the same thing over and over, getting the same result, is the definition of insanity. Like, it really is. It truly is insanity to keep going out on dates with people over and over again, and like, and have the same results, which is essentially, hit it and quit it, or separate after, after a certain amount of time. I mean, it is what it is. But that's what I'm saying. Like, personal happiness and personal development should and absolutely must supersede relationship development. Because if you can't develop and have self actualization personally, you cannot do that in a relationship by being in a relationship with somebody. It can only come individually, it cannot come through a relationship. So they say that, huh?
I disagree.
Well, I have heard that if you think that your self actualization can come through a relationship, if you believe that, I've heard that it's possible, but I've also heard it's twice as difficult. It's that yoga, or that union with a relationship, like creating a family, etc., is what is the most difficult yoga or union or partnership that there is. Like, people that have it and are happily married, like, that is like the biggest blessing you could possibly ever hope to receive. It's like winning the lottery, or but you see what I'm saying, where the individual work is a whole lot easier than partnership work, because the partner, and the pushback and the resistance from the partner, or the partner not even being interested, and then you have to do all the work yourself and carry all the baggage for that person who doesn't want to do the work. So that's the way I'm looking at it. That's the way I look at it. That's what I've heard people say, very, advanced spiritual gurus who have spent 30 years, 40 years, 50 years doing intense, deep spiritual, meditation and study. If your partner doesn't have that, like, your relationship is going to be very difficult, and it probably won't work out, and you'll end up breaking apart because the friction and the pressure from the relationship is just too much to bear.
Get off of these apps. Go to the library and get a girlfriend.
Okay, I'll take your advice. I'm going to say this process.
You're not gonna find love on a hookup app.
I'm going to tell the girl at the library, hey, I was told to come here and talk with you to find my next girlfriend. She's going to giggle and be like, really? I'd be like, yeah, some black prostitute told me to get off these dating apps and just go to the library.
I'm crying.
She'd be like, what? Get the fuck away from me.
You should continue the search on that.
No, I'm going to continue the search, but I'm just not going to chase it. Is kind of what I'm saying. Like, that's why I dumped the last one, because, like, I'm done chasing it. I need some compromise.
I don't chase either, but I don't think that's a good thing nowadays. I feel like maybe I should chase a little bit.
Not a woman. A woman can't chase. Like, a woman has to attract. A man has to chase. But, like, from my perspective, like, I've just had easygoing relationships without all the discommunication. I'm just saying that pleasant communication. This girl was using me as her therapist. She was using me as her consultant. She's not from this country. She's from Bosnia. So when she bitches about her bosses and complains about this and that, like, I can give her pragmatic, practical advice on dealing with stress. So she's kind of using me as like a one-time John for a sexual experience, and then she's using me to supplement her meals and provide free talk therapy. And I was like, ugh, I'm not repeating this pattern again. Like, this date is canceled, and I assume that means we are canceled. Like, there's no coming back from canceling a date last minute. Like, bye-bye. Not interested anymore.
There's no coming back?
I don't think so. I think if you cancel last minute on somebody, that kind of shows your true intentions, or your hidden.
I don't think that's the case.
Well, anyways, I canceled on her ass last minute. I was like, and take care. I don't think we're a match. Good luck. Take care. Bye-bye. And to tell you the truth, when you get out of a relationship and you have all this extra energy and all this extra free time to dedicate to yourself, as opposed to giving that other person all your emotional and intellectual capability and physical, like, it gives you back your life. Like, 'cause that's what I'm saying. So many of these women that I've been dating are just depressed, and they use me as like a way to supplement their depression. They're not going to the gym. They're not reading good books. They're eating like shit. They're smoking, they're drinking. They're smoking weed. Like, they're not doing good psychological work. They're not doing any kind of work. They're just using men on these dating apps to supplement their own depressive lifestyle.
It's the girls you're choosing.
It's not a question of who I'm choosing. It's a question of, they're choosing me as well. So I'm just saying they see something in my positivity, which attracts them in the beginning. But then after I see how lazy they are and how negative they are and how just disgusting they are.
So if you have a pattern, then it's you. It's not them.
I don't know. Like, it is me, but it is also them. Meaning that, like, it really does come down to communication. I got to tell you, it absolutely comes down to the communication piece of these relationships, where it's been so off-putting and so disgusting talking to them, and so obnoxious, and just like me, money, me. It's like, You can endure it for a little bit, but I get that, like, after a couple weeks and they just keep repeating the same pattern of me, money, money, money. It's like, yeah, I got to reevaluate this shit because, yeah, it is me. So take care. Bye bye. At least I'm aware of the fact that, as you put it, like, it's a me problem, not a them problem. So, anyways, Rabbi Shalom. This is Clown Podcast and Republican Chicago, the power of chanting. Anything else, Alan? Any other queries? Do you want a tarot card reading or something?
Can you see my armpit fat in this picture?
Let me see. Did you change your PTR?
Mm-hmm.
Your armpit fat?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call that armpit fat. I would call that like the dividing line between, where your titty kind of like starts, building fat muscle there. It looks more like titty than it does armpit fat. Why? Do you have cheese loafs under your armpits?
Of course.
Disgusting.
I used to be obese.
Oh, really? You were a giant obese person? Hermes, welcome to the Clown Podcast. We're talking with Ellen. She's a college student who recently got out of a relationship with an older gentleman who just happened to have money.
Yeah, he just happened to have it. Hi, Grandmas.
Hola, buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
I'm getting dressed and I'm gonna go to the park and I'm gonna get barefooted and walk in the grass and recharge the battery.
Sounds fun.
So are you Zen's new girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Zen needs a girlfriend.
I agree.
He needs someone to pull on him a little bit and give him a big vessel.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
A beso is a kiss in Spanish.
Oh. He needs to kiss himself first. What time? Is it cold outside? Jeez.
I'm in Texas, and right now it's not cold, it's not warm. I want to say it's in its probably high 70s, but Monday we're supposed to get a cold blast. It's probably coming down from where Zen is at in Chicago.
I'm in Minnesota.
I do want some breakfast tacos.
Breakfast tacos.
Oh yeah, y'all don't have breakfast tacos in Minnesota?
We don't really know. Burritos.
Oh man. What you need to do one day when you can, come to Texas and you will have the most fabulous, authentic, real Mexican food made by Mexicans.
I used to live in LA.
Okay, well then you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. But I don't eat Hispanic or Mexican food anymore living here now.
There really isn't any up there, right?
Oh no, there's none. Well, there is one street that sells it. Rashonda Street.
Okay.
I don't know if
And
it's on.
is it good? Okay, that means it's not.
It's not
That
better
means
than,
they're not Mexican.
it's not better than LA.
Well, there you go. They're probably Chinese
You're hilarious.
cooking Mexican food.
Hermes, you had a good speaker on your thing yesterday talking about physics and whatnot.
Who?
I can't remember his name.
Pro-lyrical?
Maybe it was Pro Lyrical or it was somebody else. I think it was somebody else because Pro Lyrical's good, but I don't think he's. I don't know. I think he's like still short of the mark.
Yeah, you're right. He one thing I've noticed about Pro, and I love him to death, but he is so careful about never like crossing the line, his imaginary line of what is accepted in science and what might be considered philosophy. And you really can't do that because all of these things that we're talking about are so theoretical, right? We have no evidence, there's no observation, it's all theory.
I mean, see, he serves his purpose. He's like the lower teeth to the upper teeth, you know, or he's like, it's like an theist debate room. I mean, together, that's the magic.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about Clown House is like if you got a good attitude and you let the milieu run, you let the cornucopia develop. That's when these like rooms come alive, you know, where there's like a mystical kind of union happening.
Yeah, I agree. Did you have breakfast already, Zen?
I'm eating blackberries, strawberries, and pineapple right now.
Oh, nice. That's nice. I heard something weird about pineapple. I don't know if it's true, but they said that even though pineapple tastes yummy, and I love pineapple, that it's not that good for the body. Is that right?
I don't know. It's got to be good for you because it's got fibers and water and juice. It's a good fruit. It's a good melon. I mean, you talk to any black woman, they'll say, "Oh, I love pineapple."
Ellen, do you love pineapple?
I like how Ellen's PTR makes her like look like a cute little girl or something. Like that's her baby Jane photo or some shit. Her baby glamour shot. Like I'm a cute petite little thing with great lips. Look at me. But then you like see other photos and you're like, God damn, that's the same person. What I'm trying to say is, I think Ellen catfishes.
You think I catfish?
I can't stand
Did I stutter?
Why, you want to FaceTime me?
I
don't have an
I think I found the love of my life.
You found your love of your life? I'll be right back.
I think so. I think I found her here on Clubhouse.
Ooh.
You know, she's really pretty. She's inside and out, right? So if that's really her photograph that she uses on Clubhouse, I'm done, dude. I'm gonna go get her. As a matter of fact, she's in LA. I'm gonna go get her. I'm gonna bring her back to Texas, and I'm gonna give her chorizo for the rest of her life.
Damn, you're smitten over this girl. Why?
Because she's so nice to me.
Oh Lord. Jeez.
I didn't hear the punchline. What was the punchline?
I mean, because I'm nice. I'm nice to guys, but I don't like them. And then, like, when I find out that they like me, I feel so bad.
But you know, the thing is, Ellen, every guy is gonna like a pretty girl who's, they get along with. Like, every man is naturally gonna start having that chemical and psychological affinity to that person. So if it's not reciprocated, that's the amazing thing about life is like it doesn't ever seem to be reciprocated. It always seems like one person likes the other person. And so when you get two people that really like each other, like that's more kind of your soulmate than anything else or the love of your life. And it's I think it takes a lot of work to get that person, but again, it's a concept. It's not really real. Like if you and that person can't play together very good, like you can't play house, you can't play your roles, you can't play your fake identities, your fake personalities, like it's never going to work. All good relationships are play dates. It's about having fun.
It is not fun.
It's about making
Sometimes
music.
a lot of other factors get in the way of love, like friends.
Yeah, you were about to say finances.
Oh no, I don't think finance. I don't have those problems. I don't have those problems. I'm sorry.
Oh, you mean to tell me if you met some guy that really liked you and you kind of liked him, but he had no money, you'd be a little standoffish? Please.
No. If he had no money, that's no problem. Because I've dated so many guys with money, I feel like I know the recipe.
You're so full of shit, Ellen. You're so full of shit.
I feel like I know, only for guys, not for me. Like, I wouldn't do it, what they do, but if a guy works hard, I'll just put him in the right direction.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, kick rocks, and close the front door. Yeah, I know, but that's just clown house talk. That's not the real world. When we're in the real world and I can observe you from a third-party perspective, you don't even know I'm watching you, and I see you do the exact opposite of what you just said, I'll be like, yeah, I told you, Ellen. I told you.
If I would like to
let me tell you something. You're hearing this from a guy that's got money. I've had money for a very long time, most of my life. I don't count my childhood because that was my parents' money, right? They had money. And I'm not talking about Elon Musk's money. I'm just talking about upper middle class, right? Something like that. And what I've noticed is when women that I have money, they throw their panties at me. But as soon as I try to have a real conversation and I show my vulnerability, they take their panties back.
Mm-hmm.
You're so funny.
It's true. That's what why? What is that about a woman who recedes and pulls away from a man who shows his, bears his heart and bears his truth? Is it because a woman is afraid, as Alan said, of, knowing like, oh my God, he likes me and like, I'm going to break his heart? Like, is that why a woman pulls back? Because they are, considerate of the other person's heart and that's why they pull back?
They probably never liked you in the first place. So, yeah.
It's true.
And girls who go after money definitely don't like you. They definitely don't like you. Ooh.
See, that's what I like about this girl in Clubhouse. I offered to send her some money, and she said no.
You Solomon tested that bitch.
Fantastic. I'm not even gonna lie.
She holding out for the bigger payout, though, Herman.
I use that tactic so much. I'm not that kind of girl. Funny as hell. We gotten smarter. Bitches evolved.
The predator got enough money so she don't need to predate as much as she used to.
Bitches are funny. Once you have money, you just should stop thinking about even having genuine love. I'm not even gonna front.
But you hear the opposite. You hear, Ellen. Do you hear how fucking retarded you are? If you end up having money, you shouldn't even think about love anymore. You hear the stupidity in that? That's the time when love is even easier. Or you should be thinking about love because you have security now and you can provide that for somebody. But
you got love at 20 when you were broke.
But the thing is, no one knows what love is. That's a concept. So
it is a concept, but.
So my point is the problem with people in their 20s, going through all that, they're really not looking into what love is. They're really looking into survival and moving quickly to stay ahead, to stay afloat, to keep their standard of living. So I'm just saying that if you have an honest conversation with a girl that you're dating about what love is, she can't even tell you because it's totally conceptual and it's still just someone's opinion. So the whole thing about love is not really about love. It's actually about self. It's about you. It's about who are you and what is your true will. And most people cannot answer that. It's almost impossible to answer that question. It's very difficult. But some people know their true will. Well, Ellen, that's because you don't read books. I've read these things.
I don't read books?
Yeah.
Let me take a picture. Let me motherfucking take a picture. Talking about I don't read books.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, take a picture.
Do you know what the first 3 letters are in the word book?
B-O-O.
What does that spell?
Boo.
No, that's not how you say it.
That's not how I say boo?
No. You're supposed to say boo!
Why would I say boo?
Why would you say boo?
Because it's boo, boo.
No, it's not. That's not how you pronounce boo. You pronounce boo as boo.
PTR.
Prove me wrong.
Boo.
Boo.
I don't know how people say boo. Boo.
Yeah, those aren't very good books. I hate to tell you.
These are good books.
No, they're not. That looks like you went to Barnes and Nobles and bought a bunch of new shit that some publishing house put together to sell some girl so she can make herself look smart. Those aren't smart
You're
books.
So funny. A lot of these books are construction and
I know. That's why I say they look like fucking.
You're so fucking funny. You're hilarious. Most of them are architectural or construction.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Those are the books that if you were to open right now, you would gain no deeper wisdom or insight into self.
Yes, you do.
Nope. Sorry, you don't.
Yes, you do. And then I got right there. What is that? That's Millionaire. Oh, let me see my book. I have Millionaire Master Plan.
Did you buy that from the Millionaire Man Marathon Book Club? Ellen, don't waste our time. Hermes and I have studied the ancient wisdoms, the secret fraternities of ancient occult magic.
I got Kitover. I read a lot. I read too damn much, to be honest. But
I bet you can't even tell us I bet you can't even tell us one good thing from any of those books that you read over the past 30 days. Give us one good citation, one good reference, one good statement. Tell us anything good that you read. Prove it.
I learned what my personality type was and what I should go for.
Okay. Well, thank you very little. We'll call you. Don't call us.
You're so funny. No, I learned a lot about architecture and construction.
Whatever.
And,
whatever. You haven't learned architecture or construction in your mind or in your soul.
Yeah, I know. I've asked my professors. I'm like...
You asked your professors?
Yeah, because I said I don't know how to think like an architect. And that was the only reason why I came to school is to think like an architect. And I haven't learned it yet.
That's because the architecture doesn't happen anywhere else but inside of your brain. Your brain is the game. Don't you see that? It's the temple. It's the temple. And you haven't architected your grand temple yet. Those books will not do it. I read to you Rumi. That is getting closer to the truth. But those books, like I told you, that looks like a bunch of academic college bullshit books.
You're bullshit. Come on. Like, all books are good. I think you should read based upon who you are. Or I don't think people should read at all. to be
Nope.
honest.
There you go. See, Hermes, Ellen, you got a very difficult journey ahead of you. I hate to tell you that. You're fucked.
I don't have a difficult journey, sir. I already had my difficult journey. I'm okay.
Oh, you got the divorce. I see.
What divorce?
Whatever. We know everything we need to know about you, Ellen. You said too much already.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think people should read unless they need to read something.
Okay, Ellen, you're stupid.
That's just me. Steve Harvey never read a book.
Yeah, and he's dumb.
Yeah, but he's still successful in what he does. I think you should just know yourself and like, not everybody should
Ellen,
read.
I'm just really trying to push your buttons. That's all I'm really trying to do.
Yeah, I know you are.
Okay, but I am going to read to you another hypnosis. This is called...
Oh, God, please, no.
This is called...
Wait. Before you do that, I got a question about Steve Harvey. Do you believe that he was being deceived by his wife?
Which one?
Margie, the one he's with, right? Did he
You're
get
talking
a
about
divorce?
with the personal trainer?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Or with anything, because she was, when Steve Harvey met her, she was married.
Don't go down this route, Hermes. Do not go down the Steve Harvey marriage analysis
Steve Harvey
route.
is pretty much, he's a good dude. I ain't gonna lie, he's a pretty cool dude. I've seen him like a million times.
Yeah, but
And
you
I'm
have
like,
seen him.
"Watch
You
yourself."
have seen him in the public spotlight every time. You've
Yeah, I've
never.
seen him in the public spotlight.
You've
Like,
never been in his house. You've
people-
never been in his house on a Saturday
I've never
night
been in
with
his house.
with P Diddy, and you never. You know, that's my point. Is you never. I don't trust anyone. You know, and that's why I'm saying there's no point in. Only thing I ever heard Steve Harvey say that was interesting was on that podcast where he said, "I can't believe it, but God just keeps giving me grace," and he makes grace into a profit windfall. So what I'm saying is that's not real wisdom. That could be something else completely and entirely. Meaning that Steve Harvey in the public facade is not the real Steve Harvey. There is maybe an evil, satanic demon Steve Harvey. Yeah, it's true, because if you understand, same with you, Ellen, you have an evil component in your psychology. And women, I'm sorry, Ellen, but these are things that I have read, and the fact that you don't agree with them makes me even more suspicious and makes me think that I'm right.
Evil at all. I don't
Oh my
agree that I'm
God.
evil in the slightest bit. Nah, G, no.
See, Ellen, your pushback is all the indication that I need to know that I'm possibly right.
My pushback.
Yeah,
What makes a
your
person
your
evil?
brain is an AI thing. I mean,
What
I'm
makes
using
a
it.
person evil?
It said
What makes a person
it's called evil inclination, meaning that if you're an enlightened person, you know that you have the capability of evil, and you know that other people do as well. And so, yes, you do.
You have to define evil then.
I'm talking
Because I
about
don't think
real.
I have
I'm
the
talking about real evil, real Nazi
no,
concentration
no,
camp guard evil.
I don't have
Everyone
to.
is no. You don't understand, Alan. They've run experiments. They've proven through the prison experiment that everyone will commit murder if told to commit murder. If they're role playing a situation and a simulation, and they don't, and they think it's not murder, or they think it is, they will still do it. It's a weird programming. Have you seen the prison experiments?
Bro.
Listen, Alan, I know you think you're, hot shit, but I got to tell you,
I
girl,
don't think
your
I'm
star.
hot shit. I just know for a fact that I just never want to harm nobody. So, like, I don't know.
Listen,
I don't
all
think
communication is hypnosis. In the 360-degree paradigm, I'm offering you a concept, and you're rejecting a concept.
I have to reject that concept, because then that makes everybody on this planet
Ellen,
evil. I just
I
don't
think
believe
I'm
that.
hot shit.
I don't believe everybody's evil. I actually believe everybody's good. Mostly, 70% of the world is.
Okay, well, that's
evil.
why you're not a That's why you're not a learned woman, and you have a bunch of college textbooks sitting on a table, not even on a bookshelf. All right, Ellen. I know, like I said, I know you think you're hot shit, and I know Hermes thinks he's hot shit with M theory, but you don't even know about Q theory or Z theory or Y theory or A theory or B theory or C theory. There's so many
But
theories
what
that
makes
you
those
are.
people so smart?
Did you know that there was an F theory?
Did you know that? Well, I'll tell you what, the graviton concept, which I think is kind of always referring back to the God particle. This is the thing about gravity is, Hermes, how do you create gravity? And what is gravity?
Well, I can tell you this.
That's why I say people should only read to what their life.
Ellen,
Read for your life.
Ellen, I'm telling you, you are really stupid. Hermes, can you answer this question
You're so funny.
about
Yes.
gravity? Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So all particles in existence, everything in the cosmos, is created by the consciousness. And Penrose will even tell you, many scientists will tell you that matter and consciousness can be one and the same. And if you think about that statement, right, like before you're born, right, your consciousness, the part that makes your body adamant who you are, right, it exists. And then after you die, you know, people always ask, well, where does that consciousness go, right? And some people call it the soul or the spirit. And what Penrose and them are saying now, they're saying that consciousness goes back to the fabric of space and time. So I believe that gravity has something to do with that. Gravity has a key role in consciousness. So see, usually that's when they throw me the panties back.
Fuck Zen.
Wait, I thought you guys liked each other.
I never liked him. I tolerate him.
I love Zen. Zen's like my brother.
No, so the thing about gravity is it's the word gravitas, which is like, what's your chutzpah, or what's the source of your secret, or what's the source of your energy? And gra is like gral, which is a cup. So your energy or your gravity comes from what you put in your cup. And so what I'm trying to emphasize is that Ellen's books will not fill her cup with dense gravity. It's all superficial. If you study C.G. Jung and you read this book, Psychological Reflections, you will fill your cup up with very dense catalyst or substrate. So this is like alchemy or chemistry of the mind.
I think that's the only books I've ever read in my entire life was the ones that are on my table.
Not being facetious. I mean, my point is when
my point is that none of that shit matters. The only shit that matters is it applies to your life and what you want to do.
You're wrong.
I don't think it's a waste of time to read books.
These are secret keys to unlock consciousness. I'm telling you, it's not going to help you as much as unlocking your consciousness, because when you unlock your consciousness, it supersedes. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah,
What you're reading is business to business communication, not self to self communication. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It doesn't matter. My self to self told me to read a book.
Listen, Ellen, what is self-actualization?
Knowing thyself. Know thyself. And I know thyself. Nigga.
Okay, nigga. I'm gonna explain to you then that you're a fool, and if you'll just indulge me, Hermes.
Never in my life let somebody explain who I am.
Hermes. Oh, you're gonna like Ellen. Just be patient. You've come this far, Ellen. You've come this far. Just be patient. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Hermes, you're gonna like this one. This is called zero theory. Are you ready? So close your eyes and take a deep breath. This is called the Fool, otherwise known as zero or zero theory. with light step, as if earth and its trammels had little power to restrain him, a young man in gorgeous vestments pauses at the brink of a precipice among the great heights of the world. He surveys the blue distance before him, its expanse of sky rather than the prospect below. His act of eager walking is still indicated. Though he is stationary at the given moment, his dog is still bounding. The edge which opens on the depth has no terror. It is as if angels were waiting to uphold him. If it came about that he leaped from the height, his countenance is full of intelligence and expectant dream. He has a rose in one hand and in the other a costly wand, from which depends over his right shoulder a wallet curiously embroidered. He is a prince of the other world on his travels through this one, all amidst the morning glory, in the keen air, the sun which shines behind him. Knows whence he came, whither he is going, and how he will return by another path after many days. He is the spirit in search of experience. Many symbols of the instituted mysteries are summarized in this card, which reverses under high warrants all the confusions that have preceded it. In his manual of cartomancy, Grand Orient has a curious suggestion of the office of mystic fool as a part of his process in higher divination, but it might call for more than ordinary gifts to put it into operation. We shall see how the card fares according to the common arts of fortune-telling, and it will be an example to those who can discern of the fact otherwise so evident that the trumps major had no place originally in the arts of psychic gambling, when cards are used as the counters and pretexts. Of the circumstances under which this art arose we know, however, very little. The conventional explanations say that the fool signifies the flesh, the sensitive life, and by a peculiar satire its subsidiary name was at one time the alchemist, as depicting folly at the most insensate stage. So that's the fool. So what I'm trying to tell you is you're a fool, meaning like it's a good thing, not a negative thing. You know, like you are a spirit here on a journey. So all of your useless discourse and opinions, you can let that shit go, Ellen.
For like the wise.
And what I'm trying to tell you is stop thinking and end your problems.
I don't have any problems. I have zero problems in my life. For the wise, like the fool, will not be long remembered. The days have already come when both will be forgotten. Doesn't matter if you're wise or stupid, honestly. Doesn't matter. We all die.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir.
So whenever I hear somebody say an all or nothing statement, I always go right to the contrary, and I go, ha, we found it again. The philosophy in this system is a system of immortality. It is a system of living forever. It is a system of coming to awareness of where you really came from. Ellen, where did you come from?
I don't know.
Well, when you know where you came from, you'll know the secret sauce. You'll know the mystery of the universe. So I again ask you, where did you come from?
I just told you, I don't know, nigga.
I don't know, nigga, is technically where Ellen came from. And she claims to be smart.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know on multiple ends. I am Black American. So I don't know where I came from, and I really don't give a fuck.
Hermes, where did you come from, Hermes?
I came from the cosmos.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
And Ellen wonders why she's single.
I don't wonder why I'm single. I know why.
Wait, go ahead and tell me that chicken and the egg gambit again.
Why are you single, Ellen?
Oh, because I want to be. woman can literally, I'm 30. Any woman, any girl, anybody can date anybody. No female has a lack of men. None. Zero. None. So any girl that's ever single, they just want to be single.
You know that, right? Especially
That's probably the same thing with men too.
Yeah, especially men with money. When we're like, I'm single right this second simply because I want to be single. But I think, like I told you, I think I found my love.
So that's what's up.
On Clown House, nonetheless.
Yeah, you actually know her, Zen.
What's her name?
Her name is Rebecca Carter.
Rebecca Carter? I don't know her.
Yeah, she was in the room with us last night.
Well, what is so appealing about her that just has it captured your heart? Why? How has Cupid hit you with this arrow?
He says she's nice to her.
Yeah, she's nice.
She's nice to him.
Yeah, she's super nice to me.
That's it.
But everybody likes you, Hermes, because you're a likable person. You have money.
I know. See, that's the connection.
See, that's the thing about guys with money. It's easier to be nice than it is when you got money. You just realize it takes no energy. It's not as much energy. Okay, so this is a new instrument. This is called a bina. This is an air piano. I want to dedicate this song to Ellen, our good friend here, who has been so gracious with all my insults. And I pray that God will give you, Ellen, more grace, and Hermes, of course, double portions of grace to Hermes. It's kind of like a harmonium, or what are those things called? Fuck. What do you play the polka with? Anyways, it won't burn your ears out any longer. Okay, I'm going to do one final masterclass hypnosis before I end this YouTube video and end this Instagram and Clown House video. I hope this hypnosis is the most powerful hypnosis of the day, and I hope it carries you to new mountain ranges, to new foreign lands, and to new conquests. And just remember that it only takes one hair on a woman's pussy to equal the power of 10 horses. 10, not 11. 10, not 9. It only takes one pussy hair. A pussy hair has the power of 10 horses. Think about that, Ellen. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Okay, these are the golden sayings of Epictetus. Take the deepest breath of the day through your nose. Hold it for 10 seconds. He who is free, who lives as he wishes to live, to whom none can do violence, none hinder or compel, whose impulses are unimpeded, whose desires attain their purpose, who falls not into what he would avoid. Who then would live in error? None. Who would live deceived and prone to fall, unjust, intemperate, in abject whining at his lot? None. Then doth no wicked man live as he would, and therefore neither is he free. Thus do the more cautious of travellers act. The road is said to be beset by robbers. The traveller will not venture alone, but awaits the companionship on the road of an ambassador, a quaestor, or a proconsul. To him he attaches himself, and thus passes by in safety. So doth the wise man in the world. Many are the companions, many are the companies of robbers and tyrants, many the storms, the straits, the losses of all a man holds dearest. Whither shall he fly for refuge? How shall he pass by unassailed? What companion on the road shall he await for protection? Such and such a wealthy man, of consular rank? And how shall I be profited, if he is stripped and falls to lamentation and weeping? And how if my fellow traveller himself turns upon me and robs me? What am I to do? I will become a friend of Caesar's. In his train none will do me wrong. In the first place, oh, the indignities I must endure to win distinction. Oh, the multitude of hands there will be to rob me. And if I succeed, Caesar too is but a mortal. While should it come to pass that I offended him, whether shall I flee from his presence to the wilderness? And may not fever await me there? What then is to be done? Cannot a fellow traveller be found that is honest and loyal, strong and secure against surprise? Thus doth the wise man reason, considering that if he would pass through in safety, he must attach himself unto God. How understandest thou attach himself to God? That what God wills, he should will also, and that what God wills not, neither should he will. How then may this come to pass? By considering the movements of God and his administration. And dost thou, that hast received all from another's hands, repine and blame the giver, if he takes anything from thee? Who art thou, and to what end comest thou here? Was it not he that brought thee into the world? Was it not he that made the light manifest unto thee, that gave thee fellow workers and senses, and the power to reason? And how brought he thee into the world? Was it not as one born to die, as one bound to live out his earthly life in some small tabernacle of flesh, to behold his administration, and for a little while to share with him in the mighty march of this great festival procession? Now, therefore, that thou hast beheld, while it was permitted thee, the solemn feast and assembly, wilt thou not cheerfully depart, when he summons thee forth with adoration and thanksgiving for what thou hast seen and heard? Nay, but I would fain have stayed longer at the festival. Ah, so would the mystics fain have the rites prolonged, so perchance would the crowd at the great games fain behold more restless still. But the solemn assembly is over. Come forth, depart with thanksgiving and modesty, give place to others that must come into being even as thyself. Why art thou thus insatiable? Why thus unreasonable? Why encumber the world? Ay, but I fain would have my wife and children with me too. What? Are they then thine, and not his that gave them, his that made thee? Give up then that which is not thine own. Yield it to one who is better than thou. Nay, but why did he bring one into the world on these conditions? If it suits thee not, depart. He hath no need of a spectator who finds fault with his lot. Them that will take part in the feast he needeth, that will lift their voices with the rest, that men may applaud the more and exalt the great assembly in hymns and songs of praise. But the wretched and the fearful he will not be displeased to see absent from it, for when they were present they did not behave as at a feast, nor fulfill their proper office, but moaned as though in pain, and found fault with their fate, their fortune, and their companions, insensible to what had fallen to their lot, insensible to the powers they had received for a very different purpose, the powers of magnanimity, nobility of heart, of fortitude, of freedom. Art thou then free? A man may say. So help me heaven, I long and pray for freedom. But I cannot look my masters boldly in the face. I still value the poor body. I still set much store on its preservation whole and sound. But I can point thee out a free man, that thou mayst be no more in search of an example. Diogenes was free. How so? Not because he was of free parentage, for that indeed was not the case, but because he was himself free. He had cast away every handle whereby slavery might lay hold upon him, nor was it possible for any to approach and take hold of him to enslave him. All things set loose upon him, all things were to him attached by but slender ties. Hadst thou seized upon his possessions, he would rather have let them go than have followed thee for them. Aye, had it been even a limb, or maybe perhaps his whole body, and in like manner relatives, friends, and country, for he knew whence they came, from whose hands and on what term he had received them, his true forefathers, the gods, his true country, he never would have abandoned, nor would he have yielded to any man in obedience and submission to the one, nor in cheerfully dying for the other, for he was ever mindful that everything that come to pass has its source and origin there, being indeed brought about for the weal of that his true country, and directed by him in whose governance it is. Ponder on this, on these convictions, on these words, fix thine eyes on these examples, if thou wouldst be free. If thou hast thine heart set upon the matter according to its worth, and what marvel if thou purchase so great a thing at so great and high a price? For the sake of this that men deem liberty, some hang themselves, others cast themselves down from the rock. Aye, time has been when whole cities came utterly to an end, while for the sake of the freedom that is true and sure and unassailable dost thou grudge to God what he gave, and when he claims it. Wilt thou not study, as Plato saith, to endure, not death alone, but torture, exile, stripes, in a word, to render up all that is not thine own? Else thou wouldst be a slave amid slaves. Wert thou 10,000 times a consul, aye, not a whit the less, though thou climb the palace steps. Thou shalt know how true is the saying of Cleanthes, that though the words of philosophy may run counter to the opinions of the world, yet have they reason on their side. Asked how a man should best grieve his enemy, Epictetus replied by setting himself to live the noblest life himself. I am free, I am a friend of God, ready to render him willing obedience. Of all else I may set store by nothing, neither by mine own body, nor possessions, nor office, nor good report, nor in a word aught else beside, for it is not his will that I should so set store by these things. Had it been his pleasure, he would have placed my good therein. But now he hath not done so, therefore I cannot transgress one jot of his commands. In everything hold fast to that which is thy good, but to all else as far as is given thee within the measure of reason only, contented with this alone, else thou wilt meet with failure, ill success, let, and hindrance. These are the laws ordained of God, these are his edicts. These a man should expound and interpret, to these submit himself, not to the laws of Masurius and Cassius. Those are famous Roman jurists or lawyers. Okay, then it goes on and on. I can keep reading, but we'll take a break. That's Epictetus. So That is the forerunner to Christ. And I gotta say, the fact that people have never read the Golden Sayings of Epictetus, and when you read that, you realize where the Vatican and the Catholics and where all this wisdom comes from. It really comes from these Greek and Roman pagan moralists who, yeah, they were one with God. This is essentially the non-dualism that everyone is going on and on about, which is the one God, which is, this is wisdom. Ellen, those books on your table, that's why I say it's not those aren't self-actualization books. Learning and looking at pictures and reading of people's.
You cannot get any okay, no book will help you, bro. Period. Only you.
Did you not just hear what I read? You don't think that's useful?
No, I was looking for stuff for weed.
Oh, you're fucked, Ellen. You are fucked, my darling. You are so fucked.
You can't read yourself in a book, bro. Like, that's just not it. I would rather a nigga go out in the wilderness by himself for 40 days, 40 nights with a knife. And then I'll be like, okay, yeah.
Oh, that's
but
the type
a
of
book by some white niggas? Never. Let's not.
You're funny. You are funny. Listen,
white
Ellen.
People don't got a lick of God in their soul. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to a nigga about God from niggas who don't even know God, bro. Chill with that.
Well, my work here is complete. Hermes, how are you doing, sir? Did you enjoy that reading?
You ain't listen to that bullshit either, bro.
Oh, you're such a pleasant little flower. I'm sure all kinds of bees and butterflies are coming to your fragrance.
Yeah,
smells delicious.
Yeah, I love when Zen reads. I'll tell you why. Because when Zen reads knowledge like that, if you take it in, right, you'll actually get something from it.
See, Ellen, the amazing thing is I'm reading something that somebody wrote, let's say 2,300 years ago, and it's very sincere. And it's highly, revered. So like your response to what I read, I mean, I view you as just being a very smart person who's technically inverting everything that I just did with, your petty little ignorant insults. My point is, Ellen, whatever you are doing today, I pray that health, wealth, and love come your way. Strength and joy, always.
Please don't pray for me. I don't believe in white people prayers. Thank you. I don't accept prayers from people.
Especially white people, right?
I don't really care if it's white, black, or Chinese.
And Ellen, what happened to her?
Oh, she left.
I was going to ask her, did she realize that she has white blood running through her veins? Because it's clearly evident.
Oh. Okay, so this has been Clown Podcast. I want to thank everybody for coming. This is 56 minutes into the recording. I'm pretty much done for the day. I'm headed to the gym. This was my morning meditation study. Hermes, thank you so much for being here. I pray that you have a fabulous day, and God bless you always.
All right, brother. Have a good morning.
Thanks, you too.